Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about what I'm seeing sentiment-wise in the gold exploration stocks. It looks like sentiment is starting to improve. That improvement looks like it could happen very quickly in the near future. We're seeing a lot of strength, obviously, here in the gold price. It looks like it's not correcting. It looks like it wants to go straight up and possibly lock a lot of people out. I do have, if you does feel like you missed the move, I do have a few names here that are gold exploration stocks that are still undervalued and definitely worthwhile taking a look at. And so this is where we were down in the trough for the junior miners. And I'm focusing more on the gold exploration companies, but all the junior miners are probably going to move together. So they were really in that trough of sentiment, people very skeptical on the junior resource market, and we were there about 9 months ago. And from there, it gradually started to improve. We probably were in that trough as well for actually several years. And so we got stuck in that trough, just trying to grind along the bottom, a lot of the stocks heading lower. But I think now you're starting to see sentiment probably somewhere around here, just entering that enthusiasm phase where you're starting to see some valuations increase in these gold exploration stocks. So we'll take a look at the gold price here next. Really just, I mean, it just broken out above this red line here. And you see you get a pretty good run when you get that breakout, another one here that broke out of that consolidation, then it runs. So we did break out of this consolidation, fairly long sideways consolidation. And, so it does look like it does have more upside here before we get another correction, technically speaking, on the charts. And so here's a list of 10 exploration stocks I've talked about on the video. So I'm just dividing their market cap to the amount of gold they have in their resource estimate to give us a valuation for that particular company. So it doesn't take into grade, and often the market does give more pure gold in the resource a higher valuation. Some of these are more polymetallic resources that are gold equivalent. And so it doesn't include lots of other factors like management, but just wanted to give a overview of some of the what I think are quality gold exploration stocks and some of the valuations that they're trading at. And so some of the laggards I'll point out here. P2 Gold's not actually a laggard, and I'm going to show you the chart in a second, but it's still fairly undervalued. And they do have a management team that built the Brucejack mine in British Columbia a few years ago. That was a very difficult project, underground mine in the middle of nowhere in BC. AxeCap Ventures is a stock that maybe is perking up a little bit just over the last few weeks. They had some news out that I'll talk about in a second, but it's the cheapest one that of the companies that I like in the gold exploration sector, trading at $6.20 per gold ounce in the ground. And that's 7.9 million ounces is spread across three different projects as well. The other one that the other couple that are worth noting, one of them is Caziar, trading at $16.17, and that stock's been kind of down to sideways over the last 6 months. And the last one is Visionary Copper and Gold. They have a Point Leamington project that's trading at about $8.39 per gold equivalent ounce in the ground. That is much more of a polymetallic resource, and they do tend to trade at a bit of a discount, like I said before, to the more pure gold resources. And so this is the couple of stocks here. Cap Ventures, we'll start with that one. You can see it's been, kind of a rough 6 months, but it has perked up here. And this big green candle here, we were up 40% on this press release with John Dorward becoming CEO and Michael Gentile as an investor. So those are two big names in the sector that are serial successful people in the sector. And Mike Gentile is more of an activist investor that really can move projects along into a sale or production. Here's a chart of Visionary Copper and Gold, and this is one of the few stocks that I follow that I do like. I do own shares in both these names, and that stock is, kind of looks like mostly a downtrend. Maybe it's leveled out here over the last few months, but that one has not performed well. They are switching their focus from Manitoba to that Point Leamington project that I just mentioned a little earlier. So I think that Point Leamington project is not well understood by the market, and the market's just kind of sleeping a little bit on that one. But hopefully, with this run in gold we're getting, will attract some attention to the market and to some of these gold juniors as well. And here's P2 Gold. P2 Gold has had a pretty amazing run. It's more than tripled over the last 6 months, but it does still have a great valuation. Like I said, the very proven management team here on P2 Gold. Cassiar Gold has been another one that's sort of more of a sideways movement here over the last 6 months. And again, it has a good valuation. So if you feel that, you've missed the move, there's four names there that you can take a look at that are still undervalued. And a few of them have really underperformed or lagged the market for various reasons. All right, guys, that's it for now. I do think this market does look very bullish, and I think the gold price continues to go higher. And, I don't think we're going to get a correction for a little while. So none of this is financial advice, though. Please do your own research. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.